Hey guys, what's up? This is Josh here at JTech. I'm going to show you how to check the specs on a rotor, and we're going to use this 2012 Chevy truck. First thing I'm going to show you is the micrometer and how to use it, and then we'll use it and go from there. To start off with, this is a micrometer. This is a 1 to 2 inch micrometer. This here that I'm holding is the frame. It's the anvil here. This is the spindle and the spindle lock. The one here, this piece here with all the little small numbers on there, that's the barrel. This one that moves here is the sleeve, and this little part at the end is the ratchet. You hear that? So that's the parts of the micrometer. Now, when you're testing using a micrometer to check the brakes, you're looking for variation in the thickness to see if maybe you can turn it or if you need to replace them. And you're always going to want to check in 4 spots and measure from there. So we'll do that, and then I'll show you how to use the. So I'm going to take the micrometer. I'm going to use the ratchet in here, put it over the rotor, kind of go about halfway down the rotor. And you can hear the ratchet there. It's tightened up, so you don't want it to go any tighter than that. You can mess up the micrometer. And then it's kind of hard to see, but you're gonna measure, you're gonna read these lines out. Since this is a 1 inch micrometer, your first measurement is an inch, and then it's gonna go anywhere from 1 to 2 inches. So then you read the big numbers. So the first big number I see is a 1. So I'm gonna write that down. You write that down as 0.1. Second number that you see, each little tick is 25, so I can see 2 of them, so that's 0.05. So you write that down. The third number that you can see, you actually use the barrel, and it goes to 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth line lines up with the 0 there, so you're going to add 0.004. If you add all that together, you have the 1 for the 1 inch, 1, 5, 4. So that's the first measurement there, and then you repeat that 4 times for each rotor. So I'll go ahead and repeat that for the rotor real quick. Each rotor, I'm not going to do that out, the math part, but I'll show you how to measure different spots. Some vehicles like this have the dust cover, so you just take the rotor, turn it about a quarter turn, measure it again. That's 154, which is exactly the same. Here we got 155. And lastly, 154. So I got 1.154, 0.155, and 1.154. Shows me a variation. You take the largest one there, and that's going to give you a variation of 1/1000th of an inch, which is relatively nothing. Alright guys, so the second part of this video, I'm going to show you how to use the dial indicator. And again, just like the micrometer, go over the use and the different parts, and then I'll show you how to use it. So this down here is your contact point. This is your spindle, and this is your stem. You have the bezel here, rotates, allows you to find a 0. This is a bezel clamp. As you tighten that down, it stops the bezel from moving. The big hand there is your indicator. and then that little one there is what's called the shorthand indicator. So those are the parts to that. The way you kind of set this up, you have this little clamp here, little alligator clamp. Take it, shove that through there, tighten that down onto the stem. Not super tight, but tight enough to hold it. And then you're gonna take your vice grips over here and attach them to here. This is what's gonna hold it in place while you're doing your measurements.
Right.
Okay. And then the little snake thing here, it clamps shut with that, and it makes it firm so that way you can take the run out. And the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take your vice grips. You're gonna clamp them up here. I like to choose, if you can get it on the knuckle, that's the best place to do it, but you can't always get it on there. So just find a place that's not going to move with the rotor, and clamp it down. You can also do the control arm here. Let's see if we can get the clamp on there. You can bring your indicator down here. And what you want to do is you want to get it to touch the rotor. And then you're going to tighten down the snake so it doesn't move anymore. Make sure your clamp lock here is loose. And you're going to turn this till you get 0. And that's how you zero it out. Now you can do your clamp lock. Okay, so that's 0 there. The next thing you're going to do, you're just going to rotate the wheel. You can see the gauge is moving there. So it looks like there's about 1/1000th of an inch. This gauge, each tick on this gauge is a 1/1000th of an inch. I'm sorry, is a 1/10,000th of an inch. The whole gauge itself equals to the 1/1000th of an inch. So we have about 1/10,000th of an inch in lateral runout. And spec, the spec on this vehicle was no more than 2 thousandths of an inch, 2 1/1000ths of an inch. So we're well within spec here. We used a micrometer. That was really good. There was no parallelism. We've now just did the dial indicator. There was nothing there that indicated any problem with the brakes or the rotor itself. That's how you properly use the micrometer and dial indicator to test the parallelism and the lateral runout on a rotor. Thanks for watching.